co-people, co-wives. Welcome to today's special edition. This is first anniversary special edition. First of all, you can see evidently that this edition is special. I have two amazing ladies. So our theme for this episode is come like you dress for your wedding. It is wedding themed outfit. As you can see, we are representing now. Well, good to have you, Esinet and Princess. Thank you. You know, as we're dressing up today, you're like, whoa, okay. I started feeling that whole wedding chills, like telling you. So putting on this dress and just coming out and having this look, how did you feel? Esinet, for me, first of all, I've got like heavy dreadlocks on. So there is the weight of the dreadlocks and then of course the gele, that is it. But I think it was when I now took this and then I looked at myself, I'm like, you know, it brought back so many memories of the day itself. I mean, you know, when they say that weddings are stressful, literally mine was so stressful because mine was, everything was done in one day. So I started doing my wake up at around 3 a.m. Talking about makeup, shout out to our beautiful, amazing, oh, they like the one. Sorry for that day. She's the one behind the camera. But beauty by 30. Beauty by beauty. Beauty by 30. Beauty by 30. Yes. Oh yeah. And this makeup has been since morning. You can tell that. And it's still good AdWords. What it does. If you want to write out, try. Exactly. Corporate. She's got anyone covered. So please, Abuja Environs, book our girl. Steady plug. Okay, so go back to what you were saying. Okay, so I started my makeup around 3 a.m. And then from 3 a.m. Took my time. And then by that 6:30 a.m., we rushed to go to the traditional marriage. They took so much time. So by the time I was now going, the gap I had to, you know, the shine from your trad. And then you now have to be subtle, like makeup is subtle. I had literally like 15 minutes because I was already rushing late. They were singing songs inside the church already. So the stress, I rushed, took everything off. She removed the glitter of the green and then made it all subtle. And then I'll have my white wedding gown on. I was so stressed out. I actually started my periods. I mean, it was hectic for me. It was really hectic. And then I'm literally at the church and my father is just looking at me like, how dare you, you know, be late? Because the chaplain had literally warned us that you cannot afford to be late, especially if it is makeup. And what actually delayed me was, well, it was a lot of things, but it went well. And I just enjoyed having to read this. And it's like, okay, you can still fit into this after having one baby. I'm like, okay. And you look really good. Brand new. Like your husband needs to subscribe again. Yes, he does. Yes. We were Kolade. Listen to this podcast wherever you are. Okay, you go, Princess. Okay. Mine was my court wedding, and this was what I had on my court wedding. Yes. So it wasn't really stressful. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I didn't really do much that day, although it wasn't really stressful. Honestly, it's the normal court registry. So we went there with few of my friends and few of my family. You know, the whole court setting, it doesn't really require so much crowd. So we went there and we're waiting for my groom to come. Wow. Oh, I came late. But you're not afraid that he wasn't going to show us something? No, I wasn't afraid that he wasn't going to come. No. Okay. It's the first time I'm hearing it still. No, I wasn't in group that late. Yeah. He was actually a bit late, but he came and they find him. And I didn't know that they used to collect offering in court wedding. And I found out that day. It was so funny. Everybody was like, offering. How? Are we in church? What? I don't even know. Not us though. There was definitely a lot to go. I was very surprised that they gave offerings in courts, weddings. I was like, everyone around me was like, offering, when, how? Yeah. They're like, yes, that was how they doing it. We're like, okay, give the offerings. We got them refreshments for the staff, only the staff, not for us, for them.
We refresh offering on top of refreshments.
Yeah. And you don't get the offering back. No.
Nigeria might
Not drink. But there's one. Aside that, it was just really simple. It didn't take time. Just less than an hour. We just went and we took oaths. We asked to take vows with the Bible and all that. So it wasn't really stressful at all. It was just simple, and that was it. And living that moment wearing your
your court dress.
Okay, nice. For me, this is my reception dress. It was dress. Some good 5 years ago.
And you still fit it. Oh, it's like it's glove.
Yes.
After one.
Oh, you still look pretty in it.
It's giving demure. Your steez is up.
And just thinking about it today, I really felt like I was in that moment from being gay. It just felt very surreal. Like, oh my God, okay. I had my bouquet. And it was also, this is actually my bouquet, part of it though. But and this is the intention of my, like, oh yeah, I remember, taking the vows. I remember reciting. Let's leave the vows for now. But just, having that whole experience with lots of people, 80% I didn't know who they were, but it was just so beautiful. Also, yeah, love is a beautiful thing. And after 5 years, we're still going strong. I just felt like a cute bride. Yeah, like, oh, my husband was here with the hair, and no. Okay, people. Before we get lost in our, how it feels, we're going straight into today's episode. So because it's our 1 year anniversary, we decided to focus on how you guys have been so amazing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing with your friends and family. Thank you for always being there for the past 1 year. Today's episode is sort of different. I'm taking questions from our beautiful and handsome viewers who want to, get some things off their chest and get answers to a couple of things. So we'll go straight right into it. Our first question, and this is my favorite. She says, is a she, okay? She says, how do I phrase this question so that it doesn't seem, okay, then that should put it. How do I still be sexy when I don't feel sexy? How do I still to get my move on when I'm not feeling like it? Yeah.
Okay, so personally for me, the time I felt the least sexy was when I had just given birth. Yeah, and there are a lot of insecurities that come with, it differs for different people.
Okay.
For me, as soon as you give birth, your tummy just goes, and it's dangling. And then you have all the stretch marks there. My stomach was darker than the rest of my body. And then, of course, they kept telling me, you have to take pap, so that the breast milk will start coming out. And they did tell me that, don't you take it for maybe like a week or so. You don't necessarily have to keep taking it.
Okay.
So they did tell me that, and I continued taking pap. I'm telling you, I was drinking like 4 or 5 bottles a day. So I blew up. I couldn't fit into my shoes. I couldn't fit into my clothes. Everything, all my normal underwear was just, and I'm someone who had already in the past had issues with my weight.
Yeah. Okay.
So at this point in time, I was not feeling sexy, and I didn't even want to show myself around my husband at the time, because I was like, okay, if I don't feel sexy, how am I supposed to think that someone else see me as sexy? So if you want to feel sexy, first of all, it starts from you. And by the time I started healing, of course, from childbirth itself, and then it was time to, start having sex again, I was still very conscious of it. Still very, very conscious of it. But I feel it's a mental thing.
Huh.
once you're able to get past that block, once you're able to look at yourself in the, and then you have to keep telling yourself. So I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what? Commend myself. You just went through something amazing. You carried a child in your womb for 9 months. And this is something people are looking for. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. The same way that you went through the 9 months of watching your body expand is the same way your body has to take its time to go back. So accept that this is who you are, your body. If this is someone asking from the place of, I just gave birth, and after I've given birth, I don't feel sexy, I don't feel like myself anymore, allow yourself to heal first and foremost. Don't put yourself under pressure. Stop looking at celebrities and saying, oh, but she was able to get her body back, after, there's a phrase that they have.
It's snapback.
Snapback body after you give birth, and then you want to start comparing yourself to someone else whose body type is totally different from you. So accept it in your mind and allow yourself to heal. And then if you're not comfortable with some things, then make some conscious adjustments. And that's just it.
Okay, here's a princess. Okay, personally, I've had to deal with body shaming. You have people give me nasty comments about how I could just take a picture and post it, and so it'll be like all manner of nasty comments. Honestly, I don't even want to begin to say it. Sometimes it'll get to me, and sometimes I'll just shut it up. At some point, I even started getting used to it. But I told myself, I cannot be confident in my own skin.
Yeah.
How do I even expect other people to see me? So I had to build that confidence.
Yeah.
In fact, it didn't matter who saw me as what anymore. Yeah. This is how I have been since I was a child. And I don't think anybody's negative comments or nasty comments should, especially people that don't even matter, understand, and they just feel like they should give their opinion and all that. So honestly, how do you feel? To me, I feel like, first of all, accept yourself or accept how you look, first of all, yes, and be confident.
And that's key.
And yes, be confident, because some people start having low self-esteem because of things like this. No, be confident in your body. If you want to decide that, oh, I want to go to the gym or do something, yes, don't do it feeling depressed or feeling sad. Be confident about it. Be conscious, and don't do it because, oh, I want to please this person. It's because you made that decision for yourself, because you want to make yourself feel good, not because of what this person is going to say or what that person is going to say or how people see me. You understand? So just be confident in your body.
Yes, sexy is relative.
So now this is the way I see this question is, I feel like it's for sexy time, not just say, oh, where I look or something.
Yeah.
There are times where we go through different phases in our cycle. So the times when we feel, oh, we want to have, and sometimes we like, don't even come in.
That's sex.
Yeah, so that's the angle I'm looking at it from.
Okay.
So I feel like, first off, it starts with the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it starts with the mind. Second, so you have to really, first of all, psych yourself to, first of all, understand that when it comes to sexy time, it's both for mutual enjoyment. That's the first thing, put it in your head. The next thing you have to do is you'd have to put in some effort to look. See, once you put on the lingerie, it just gives you a different lift.
But what of men that don't like lingerie?
Exactly.
Like, you want to come out clothes.
Anybody that have rap experiences.
What if your husband is not the type that likes lingerie?
Yes,
Just what did you just on? Once you have your rapper like that,
And then you tie one rapper up, tie one rapper down. So it's rapper. It's rapper. The idea is she wants to feel sexy. So first of all, what's her definition of
sexy.
sexy.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Sexy is relative. Sexy according to whose standard?
Yeah.
If your definition of sexy is a celebrity like
Oh, yeah.
Kardashian, you will never feel sexy for yourself. If your definition of sexy is Kate Moss is someone that is slim, and you are fuller, you will never feel sexy. So you need to understand that sexy manifests in different forms, right? It may not necessarily be, if it comes to sex, yes, you can put on sexy lingerie, but you can have sexy lingerie and smell bad.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
But it's the whole package. I feel like.
So so let's break down what sexy is.
Okay.
Basically. So from looks to how you smell to how you do what you do when you're in bed. So sexy is not like just sitting like a log.
Exactly. So maybe I feel like she says when she doesn't feel, meaning there are other times where she does feel.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But she doesn't feel. So the other times she feels, and this time she doesn't feel. Or maybe she's not doesn't. Another is in the mood.
It communicated.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I also feel like it could also be like from the aspect of sometimes for women when we have that I don't feel. It usually happens when maybe we're not getting some accolades or compliments, attention from the men. And we never have any
or you need to come around when you want me to.
Do you understand? But
Having insecurities about.
imagine if you woke up that morning and it tells you getting this beautiful woman into work. You know, get how you will feel sexy that day anymore.
No matter what
You know what exactly you feel sexy. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I feel like she should also communicate that, okay, you know what, this I sort of feel a certain way and I would appreciate more compliments of you. It will help me. You get so another part also she should have that discussion with her husband.
Yes.
This is for white people. Her husband.
So that's one that.
So it's like you said, it's different aspects, and you need to love yourself. You talk about being on the fuller side. Me being on the slimmer side, I had issues with this might be like okay, it's flat front, flat back, nothing to do. You get so I had that mindset. But once I keep to understand, like okay, you know what? First of all, he saw all the fuller and chose me. First of all, I have to take that in. You know what? Yes, me. Then I have to accept myself.
Yeah.
And the fact that I bring a lot of stuff to the table, not just size, so it kind of helped me view. And then really just get into, as you grow together as a couple, begin to, as you explore yourselves and getting to, you begin to see that, oh, okay, you understand your bodies. And once you free yourself, just free yourself. See, first of all, it's not even a competition.
Sometimes.
Because even the better, like, we
overthink it.
Yeah, it's trying to be like, okay, listen, how is it like this type?
But the person you're doing for doesn't
And that time with the eyes is closed, so let's looking at you.
The only thing that's on his mind is entry.
Just, free yourself and just enjoy the moment. There are times where you would not feel sexy. And it does happen.
Another thing, another thing I'm thinking about is the aspect of sex in itself. When you're saying that, so if your standard of sexy is what you're seeing in films. Or how sex should be. So you have to be thrown to the wall. You have to be dropped on the table. You have to, it's aggressive. If he's not throwing you on the bed, if you're not moving your waist a particular way, then it's not sexy enough according to what you're seeing on TV. And you know that your spouse is not into that, and you yourself are not into that, then I think that also just puts pressure on people.
We're going to stay in this question for a long time. So we have to move. The next question. Okay, it's kind of related, but let me just say the question. So, it's okay. She wants to know or learn. Okay, I think it's the same question. When I think about the art of seduction, in the light of okay, this other person doesn't feel sexy, but this person maybe she feels like okay, I want to be able to seduce my husband, give that, but I don't know how to go about it.
I want to actually.
Yes.
I feel like, go ahead. Communication has a whole lot to play in this. Okay. Yes. First of all, you should know what your partner wants. Then it just makes the whole thing easier. Like, okay, what you want? What do you like? How do you like this to be done?
Hold down. So
Yes. How do you like this to be done? What do you want me to do? Like that. And you just see that everything we just so communication has a whole lot to play.
Okay, okay. So before you go ahead, this is like a follow-up. So what of instances where you're trying to spice things up? Yes, you communicate. You know what he likes, but then if you're just keep giving that same thing over and over, it's not getting stale. So how do you not? Okay, I want to now spice it. I want to now give a lap dance or a pole dance. And like, are there other? Wouldn't you say that she should try other things, other steps to kind of spice it up so it doesn't seem stale? So from the scene, because it can become what it's on.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we're talking about here. Like, okay, I know that I like this, but
I want you to practicalize it. So if you want to practicalize it, if you're someone that the only time that you guys have sex is maybe on the bed, you can try sex in the shower. You can build up to it. So maybe you leave a note in his, you know where he will fight that.
Okay.
You need, okay, I can't wait to see you tonight or something like that. Or you can send pictures to him or do a video call. Do a video call. Or you start up a nice, cute conversation, and just set the mood before so that anticipation is there. You're painting pictures for your spouse. So something I like to do, I love sex. No shame for the shameless. I love it. So there are times that, like in our house, we have our sitting room has a blue light, right? Our sitting room has a blue light. So we have a blue light too. Blue light, the lights. So I set the mood. I told him, okay, go to the room. And then by the time he came, I had set out, we have an extra mattress. I put all these soft, blankets around and everything. I had a bowl of hot water. I had the massage. It's not just massage I did. I just had beads on and in my ankles. I was very, thank God. So anyway, you understand? Laid him down. And I don't know, I actually prayed about it. I was like, God, I want to be able to have him experience something. So this idea just came into my mind.
Well, pray.
There is no limit to what the Holy Spirit can reveal to you. He may not be, he will tell you this. He might just direct you to something.
Yeah.
So after this, everyone was home and everything. I had music. I said I was very intentional about this thing.
Music.
From the crown of his head to the sole of his feet.
Oh, yeah.
This man. And after that, a very wonderful happy ending. So now you know. You know. Because the massage started from the head and you're on top. You understand? And you have to be very conscious because you can't rush into it. You can't rush into it. You have to. So that you are saying that. Sometimes you are thinking, oh, okay. You can see that John Thomas is ready. But you can't rush it. You can't rush it. You let it wait. It's like you're cooking stew. Let it simmer. So it's almost that you want. Let me calm down. You understand? So allow yourself to be. And before I did, I rubbed nice oil on myself.
Number 3.
You prepare yourself. Your body is soft everywhere. That's it. Men are hard. You are soft. You're a woman. That's what it is. You understand? So allow yourself. There are no limits to how you can be expressive and how you can feel beautiful in that kind of moment. And another thing is, I think some men, they like that appreciation.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, you're like, oh, baby, that was just so awesome. But you bust his brain. After that, you want to ask for something. No limits.
No limits.
Yeah, so be creative with it.
Okay.
No way, I do not pass.
The kingdom is
important. With seduction it's not just about, it's about what you're saying. It's about what they're hearing. That's why I said the music you're listening to. It's about what he's smelling. It's about, of course, the kiss is dead. Mint sweets. So when you're kissing, everything is there. You're using all the vibes, all the senses. All the senses are there. You are intentional about it. Oh, you try mental.
Okay. Because we have to run.
I don't know why we're having a lot of sex questions where it's like, we need to stay in the bedroom. Okay, the next question is, how do you deal with libido differences in marriage? Where one partner seems to have a higher libido than the other. Typically, it's assumed that the man has a higher libido, but we have instances where the woman have a higher libido. So, this question, Princess, you go first.
Me?
Yes, you.
No, I feel like you should. I'm like, a lot of it. You should go first.
I think never happened. Okay, so I feel like if it is it says typically it's the woman who, first thing first, women that have lower libidos, if it's not medical, first of all, you need to assume it's not medical. So from both parties, ascertain that it's not medical. Once it is not medical, you are on a journey to progress. So that's if it's medical, you have to visit the doctor, you go on some medications to help. That's one. So now, if it's not medical, it's mental. For the women that usually have that lower libido, it's either some experience in the past or poor knowledge of sex
And culture,
tradition. So you've been sold so many lies and deception about sex, and so you're feeling like this thing is not. Then 3 is technique. So if it's for the woman now, maybe she's not reaching orgasm, and so she really doesn't see the need for this thing that's just going, and then okay, you have called me, I'm just there. So if it's worked on, and then she's able to, as much as possible, get pleasure, orgasm from it, it would increase her longing for it. That's on the woman's side.
True.
So I think there are 3 things that I'll point out that
many women have not even experienced libido. So like orgasm.
Yeah.
Many women, like I said, for me, I feel it's especially in Africa. I feel many women have been sold ideologies that if you crave for sex too much, you're loose.
Yeah,
That's true.
even the married.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea of submission also enters the bedroom. So it is, my Lord, what shall you have me do?
True. It's just like they're just satisfying
Exactly.
the man.
So if he says shiga, which means opu, here I am, my Lord. So you don't have a say.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to enjoy sex. You are just meant to please the man.
Alright.
And which is not the I don't think that is the basis of what God would have.
Yeah.
You understand? Because even if you look at the book of Songs of Solomon, that is King Solomon literally writing a love letter, the things he wants to do to a woman, which means that ideally, yes, the man is there to be pleased as well, but God approves of the woman being pleasured.
True, yeah.
It is biblical. It is not a facade of, we must just be submissive and keep ourselves. You understand?
Yeah.
It might work for your husband, but you are allowed to. So break that, like you say, break that mental barrier that I cannot, I don't deserve to enjoy this. I deserve to enjoy sex. I deserve to feel relieved. It's not just after. I think this conversation also needs to be had. I really hope like men also listen to this too, because there are a lot of men that once you feel you've climaxed,
done.
you're done, and then you're done. No,
It doesn't matter how
exactly.
You slept or you're snoring.
Exactly. So it's literally once you come, it's like, you're just like, sorry, so what am I? I'm hanging. Then you're hanging. And if you were to turn the tables, you understand, where he's about to climax and then you just pretend, because I read a study that almost like 80% of women pretend to orgasm. Yes, they pretend to orgasm, right? Because one, probably they're not even enjoying it because it's just maybe one thrust and at the same time. So they just go, I'm sorry, no shame for the shameless, it's my motto. So yes, so break the mental barrier, have conversations with your husband about how, and then talk.
Yeah.
This is how you want. You need to know your body. You know where he will touch you. And
exactly. Yeah.
And then
this is it. I really love it. Stay here.
Stay here.
Don't change this preparation.
Exactly.
Just keep at it. Yeah.
Yes. So tell him this is what I want. Tell him what is not working.
Yeah.
Don't be shy to bring your husband's hand to where you want him
Want to
to.
be.
You understand? If he's not fondling your nipple the right way, tell him, okay, no, this is how I want it to be, so that it's pleasurable for everyone.
Okay. All right. So, Princess, now do you have something to say? Or you still feel like she's giving all the...
Anxious.
Oh. All right.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next question. The last, and this is our final question because we've got to make this as short as possible.
Yeah.
How do I deal with difference in communication style and love language? This is just a question. So let's assume that her husband is more of the gifts kind of person and she is acts of service. Just want to assume that. So maybe she prefer him available help with chores, that's bonding time. And he just feels like, putting hand gifts, I'm the best husband in the world, So how would you advise? Because now she's feeling like, someone doesn't really love me. I know he's will get me gifts, but that's not what I want. She's not feeling it. So how do you deal with that difference and, make sure that she recognizes his own love language and she, of course, and then he does the same for her and then she feels loved or he feels loved.
Yeah, so if my husband was to, let's say, do the same, I'll just tell him, well, not in a way that he'll feel unappreciated though, yes, but you make it known to him because he's not a spirit. Cannot read your mind. Yes, cannot read your mind. He will not, if you don't tell him, he won't know that, true. This is the thing, true. You won't say. And when you're telling him or when you're letting him know, you should tell him with love. You understand? Because you can say it now and you feel like, so all the ones that I've been doing is just rubbish. So I'm not even missing, you're not even appreciating, I've just been wasting my time. So just let him know and not be selfish about it. You understand? You can also tell him, okay, this is what about you? What do you want me to, like, what's your love language? Understand and you should also, I feel like if you can easily understand people through their actions, the way they move. If you've been with your partner for a while, you'll be able to know things that they like, things that they don't like to, So that is one way. Okay. What about it? Okay. Yeah.
I think she usually buttressed on what I was going to say about the communication. Timing.
Okay.
It's very important. I used to make them, and like you see examples of myself, I used to make the mistake if I want to discuss, I want serious conversations, and maybe he's watching his Emmanuel match. There's nothing that will enter.
Right,
and then I'm going to end up getting more frustrated at why is he not listening. And another thing that people get is not just the love language, apology languages is also something that people, how do you apologize to me? If you are just going to buy me gifts, that's not enough. Or you think, okay, I'll wash the plates for you and I should feel, no. Some of us, exactly. Yes. After we've not spoken for like 2 or 3 days, and then you just say, we are take your shawarma. Shawarma call.
Yeah.
I want you to, and it's not just, and there's also the, I'm sorry. It's not just, I'm sorry. Some people want you to explain. I'm sorry that I did this, and I'm going to make this conscious action to make it better. All this really is just, it just boils down to timing. For me, that's what I'm going. She said a lot, but for me, have the right time to have these salient conversations.
Okay. For me, I think what I will touch on is tone. And I think I actually struggled with this. So you could be saying the most important salient thing. Yeah. The wrongest of tone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have lost his back. Oh, the whole thing, everything. So it's important. Your tone is super important. And then, like she mentioned, you need to communicate what you would love. First of all, appreciate his efforts, his gestures, exaggerate them if you need to. But also tell or explain to him that I love this. Or you can sort of suggest it in very, you don't have to do it at the time. You can just call him, okay, babe, can you just help me? I do it a lot sometimes. Babe, come let me wash this fish. I'm cooking. Maybe he's waiting to I know that, okay, he's kind of relaxed. When we wash this fish, it's not because I cannot wash the fish. It's because I just want that time and I want him to like help out. Because it means something to me. And of course,
he loves me. He's like, okay, I'll come over. Of course, he'll eat half of the fish, but he helps me wash the fish. I will. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
I get
So just walk around that and talk about things. It doesn't have to be heated. Look at the right time before you make such.
Yes, don't wait for it to get heated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just keep it in.
When you're when you're annoyed,
And then by the time that's how you know this, and that's right. Then 3 months ago, he's like,
on the 5th of January, 5 p.m.
So this is where we have to stop this beautiful conversation. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Please, we need more questions, more feedback. It was beautiful because we responded. Thank you so much. And from us to you, it is, we love you and have a great day. Bye.